As a culture, we're very kind of inwardly focused and focused on, how Google works and making Google work better. But I had a bit of an epiphany one day. I realized for too many people in this world, we spend more time working than we do anything else on this planet. More time than we do with our friends, more time than on our hobbies, more time than with our loved ones, more time than we do sleeping. And for most people, work's just a means to an end. It's a way to make a buck. And it doesn't have to be. Work can have meaning. It can be empowering. It can be something where you feel like you're actually doing something for the world, whatever your job is. And at Google, we've done a lot of research and work trying to make it that way. And what I discovered is that there's a lot of organizations, companies in the U.S., outside, large, small, that actually do the same kinds of things. And the idea behind the book is how do you make work suck less everywhere?
If we spoke to any college kid today, they would love to work at Google. If for the internship, Vince Vaughn style, nothing else, what is it that impresses you? What does it take to get a job at Google? What do you have to have?
Well, the two biggest things, and actually before I say that, it doesn't matter where you went to school, and it doesn't matter the status, the pedigree, Ivy League or not, we don't care. We used to care.
Is that how Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson got the internships?
That's exactly how. Yeah, you should see their resumes. Disaster. Absolute disaster. So we care really, there's four things, but the two most important are, one, basically how bright you are, cognitive ability. So we'll ask you questions like, give me an example of an incredibly tough problem you solved and how you solved it and how you worked through it. So you should get ready with those kinds of examples to share with us. The second is we care about not your formal titles, where you're a VP of something or where you're president of the student body. We care about how you lead. And we talk about emergent leadership, this notion that when there's a problem, you step in to help solve it, but as importantly, then you step out and let somebody else take charge.
When you look, I'm sure you look at the data, you do the historicals, and you look at all your Google recruits down the line, 5 years, 10 years in the company. Are your top performers those who went to Ivy League schools, those who studied computer science?
No, we haven't talked about this publicly, but we've had a lot of leadership changes in the last 5 years.
Dance majors from Chico State?
It's not dance majors, but actually, if you look at sort of our top 50 people, top 20 people, so company has 55,000-ish people, right? So top 50, top 25 people. A lot of them never finished college. A lot. There's a handful. There's, less than 10, more than 2. And then there's a lot of people who, Sundar Pichai, who leads product for all of Google, he has an MBA. It's not a PhD in computer science. And yeah, it's from a great school. But, the odds were against him because 10 years ago, we said, basically, you can't be a product manager unless you have a CS degree and an advanced degree in computer science. And, he bucked the odds, and we were wrong and right to later bet on him. And we're doing more of that to get really a broader set of people in the company because it turns out, and it took us years to figure out, the best people aren't all at these fancy schools. They're everywhere, and we need to find them.
People love to make the argument these days that young, smart kids now are shunning Wall Street and rushing to Silicon Valley. Is that true? Because when I walk by Goldman Sachs, there's an awful lot of people who want to have jobs there.
Yeah, I think people want to work everywhere. What's happened, I think, in the last maybe 10 years, and it's, I think, a result of the two sort of booms we've had in tech, is it's become kind of legit to do that as an industry, as a profession. I remember, so I'm one of these people who got an MBA, and when I was thinking about what to do next, everyone wanted to do consulting or banking, and there were maybe 3 people from my class who decided to do tech. And it was still kind of a weird thing, and this was in '99. It wasn't sort of normal. Now, I think it's viewed as a much safer move, and so you're attracting a lot of people. And the challenge in the tech industry is we don't want the people who want just safety. We want people who want to change the world.